Mary, we getting ready to start?
Yep, you're good to go.
Okay, thank you.
Legislator Santulli. Legislator Foley. Legislator Soskin. Legislator Hood Jr. Legislator Cornell.
Here. Oops.
Committee Vice Chair Legislator Paul. Committee Chair Legislator Earl.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Thank you, Ellen.
Okay.
This is our first meeting of the night. Please rise for the pledge. Legislator Paul, you want to lead us in pledge? Thank you. Okay. Adoptions of our minutes, January 31st, 2023 meeting, moved by Legislator Soskin, second by Legislator Paul. On the question, all in favor, all opposed, minutes approved. Referral number 19252A, approving acceptance of a grant fund in a total amount of $167,709 from the New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services for FY 21-22 Public Safety Answering Points grants for the term from January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2022, and authorizing the execution of all necessary grants documents by the county executive. I so move, second by Legislator Santulli. Who's here for that? Is Mr. Kier here? He's not here. Yeah, he usually is. Is Council Powers around? Oh, he's off today? Okay, this is mainly a grant, so we think it needs a lot of explanation. Any questions on this? Any questions? Okay, approved, unanimous. Set. Yes, sir. Sorry. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, Council. Okay. Referral number 9252B, approving the acceptance of a grant fund in the amount of $180,000 no county tax dollars from the New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services multi-jurisdictional natural hazard mitigation plan to provide the county with assistance in the updating of the plan for the period from January 3rd, 2023 to March 31st, 2025, and authorizing the execution of all necessary grants and documents by the county executive. This is another one from for Director Chris Kerr. It's a grant, no county tax dollars involved. So on the question, don't get ready to. I moved it. Legislator Santulli seconded. You did, you missed that one. Okay. On the question, all in favor, all opposed, motion carried. Okay. Final one, number 3, referral number 5327, approving exercising the second renewal option term and second amendment to an agreement in excess of $100,000, an additional amount of $80,262 for the new total amount not to exceed $232,437 on the RFP-RC 2021-004 with VCB TAC Training Consultants LLC from the for the position of in-service supervisor, specializing training coordinator for the Rockland County Police and Public Safety Academy uh, for the term from March 29, 2021 through March 28, 2024, with 2 one-year option terms remaining and authorizing this execution by the county executive. I so move, second by Legislator Soskin. On the question, good evening, Paul.
Good evening. This contract is just a renewal for one of the instructors at the police academy. This particular instructor is the in-service instructor. They provide training to all the current police officers throughout the county. You have to get so many hours of training annually.
Okay. On the question? Okay. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carried, unanimous. Thank you, Paul. Motion to adjourn, moved by Legislator Paul, second by Legislator Soskin. On the question, all in favor? All opposed? We are now adjourned.
Mr. Chair, can you hear
le-
me? Can you
Yes,
hear me?
Legislator Cornell.
Okay, yes, I wasn't sure that my presence was noted at the beginning. Whether you had heard me or not, but I attended your whole meeting and I'm here.
Okay. Uh,
And
Thanks
I would-
for making note on that. Ellie, she has you.
Thank you.
Okay, you're noted. Okay. Thank you, Legislator Cornell.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. Is that Now I want to get some waters. Oh. I don't know.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good
We
evening.
are- Good evening, Harriet, Legislator Cornell.
Yes.
We are gathered here this evening to honor 5 exceptional individuals. But let me be very, very clear. In my humble opinion, they are not heroes for jumping into action on an airplane to help a fellow human being, or jumping into a nearly frozen ice-cold lake to save a child from drowning. Who wouldn't? But they are heroes for their everyday efforts to make this world a better place, which oftentimes we all become accustomed to and used to, and we tend not to notice at all. Now, let me explain. Naftali Shisha is a Hatzalah member who saved the life of a passenger aboard a JetBlue flight from Fort Lauderdale to New York. Heshi Leifer is a Hatzalah member who saved the life of a passenger aboard a flight from Morocco to New York. Mark Schuster, also a Hatzalah member. Shlomi Spiro, who is a member of Chaverim, and Usher Weeder, who was a firefighter when he lived in Orange County and is currently a foster parent of not only 1, but 2 beautiful, precious children with Down syndrome. These 3 individuals jumped into the Suzanne Lake, saving a life of a boy a moment before what would have turned into a tragedy. But these 5 angels are true heroes for living a life, not just for themselves, but for others. Complete strangers, day in and day out. We have here tonight members of a wonderful organization called Hatzalah, an EMT service that saves lives each and every day. We also have here a member of Chaverim, an organization dedicating helping people in distress in all types of emergencies. And we also have here a foster parent of 2 vulnerable and needy children. They are heroes, no doubt, for jumping out of the bed in the wee hours of the morning, leaving in the middle of work and dropping everything, running to save lives day in and day out, or for attending the needs of special needs children, which is much more than a full-time job. This is what a true hero is all about. The ultimate hero is not a person with 1 heroic deed to his credit, but the person that dedicates every day of his life to doing altruistic deeds with no particular compensation or recognition. We also would like to recognize the sacrifices of all your families, wonderful families, which they make in order for you to do all this wonderful and holy work. We here in the Rockland County Legislature salute you. We thank and appreciate your life of dedication. Thank you very much. I would like to call upon Legislator Friedman to say a few words, and we'll start with the presentation of the certificates.
Legislator Weeder, I don't think there's anything that I could add to the warm words that we heard from Legislator Weeder, but it's my personal great pleasure that I have the opportunity to honor Mr. Naftali Shisha tonight. Not only is he a hero to all of us for his recent life-saving actions on a flight from Fort Lauderdale to New York, but he is also a dear family friend and a longtime member of our community where we live together in Chestnut Ridge. Mr. Shisha's actions on that flight were nothing short of extraordinary. His training as an EMT combined with his bravery and his quick thinking helped to save the life of a fellow passenger in a time of crisis. But Mr. Shisha's heroism is not limited to that one incident. He is a true pillar of our community, always ready to lend a helping hand to those in need. As a longtime member of our community in the village of Chestnut Ridge, he has earned the respect and admiration of all who know him. It is a privilege to honor Mr. Shisha tonight, not only for his incredible actions on that flight, but for the person that he is and for the positive impact that he has in our community. So let us all give a round of applause to Mr. Naftali Shisha tonight, a true hero and a valued member of our community. We are proud to call him a friend and a neighbor. With that being said, Mr. Shisha, please come up to the podium to get your well-deserved award. Distinguished Service Award of the County of Rockland presented to Theodore Shisha in grateful appreciation for the service rendered to the County of Rockland of New York, given to the 15th day of February 2023, Honorable J. Hood Jr., Chairman of the Legislature of Rockland County.
Now I would like to call upon Legislator Yeager to give out one of these certificates.
I have the honor tonight of giving a certificate to Tzvi Leifer. I'd like you to come up while I talk about you because it makes you a little bit more uncomfortable if I talk to you directly. Being a former volunteer firefighter, I'm well aware of the sacrifices that you and others make in order to save lives. I want to mention that I did a search for your name and only this one article came up about this one thing that you did. But we both know, and everybody here should know, that you as a paramedic for the last 6 years have saved numerous lives, including somebody just yesterday. The reason that I mention this is that you and the other Hatzalah members ultimately save thousands and thousands of lives every year. But it's not just those lives that you save. When you save a life, you help out a brother, a sister, a mother, a father, a son, a daughter, relatives who might have lost somebody very close to them. And instead, they have those people in their lives for that much longer. And for that, it is just such an incredible sacrifice that you make and that others like you make, that really you ought to be getting these awards every day. But that's not why you do it. You do it because you want to help the community and you want to help everybody. And I will say this story should have been on the front page of the Times because it just so happens that the man that you helped on this airplane was an Arab Muslim who now lives in Louisiana. And it's a heartwarming story to show that we don't just save our own, we save everyone. So I want to thank you for that. Distinguished Service Award of the County of Rockland presented to Tzvi Leifer in grateful appreciation for the service rendered to the County of Rockland, New York, given this 15th day of February, 2023, Niyum, Honorable J. Hood Jr., aide.
Now I would like to call upon Legislator Earl to present another certificate to another Hatzolah member. Legislator Grant.
I think he called me Legislator Grant. I'm Legislator Earl. I was just speaking with Mr. Lifer earlier. Matter of fact, we used to be gym members, and he was telling me that it was no big deal what he did on that plane. He said, this is what he does every day. And I said, you don't know, it really is a big deal, and I just found out a little bit more that it was a Muslim that you saved. And like my colleague said, you don't just save your lives, you save everybody's lives. And we're thankful for that. So it's a great privilege to bestow upon Mr. Mark Schuster. Is he? Oh, okay. We'll bring them up a little later. Congratulations, Mr. Schuster. This is the highest award that we can bestow upon you here. It's called our Distinguished Service Award of the County of Rockland, and it's presented to Mark Schuster in grateful appreciation for service rendered to the County of Rockland, given this day, the 15th day of February, 2023, and signed by the Honorable Chairman J. Hood Jr. Congratulations again. And that's yours.
Now I would like to ask Legislator Soskin to come in to present another Distinguished Service Award.
Wally Spirik, please come up. So in my career as a legislator, I'm used to giving out certificates. And I'm known for that throughout the Muncie community. It's with great pleasure that I present you with this certificate. It's the highest honor that the legislature can bestow on any member of the area. What you did is outstanding. I wouldn't do it. Maybe 20 years ago, I could have done it, but I never did. As I look around and I see all the people who are here to honor you, as well as the other rescuers, they say if you save one life, you're saving 1,000,000 lives. That's part of the Torah. I think I always leave the religious items to the rabbis. Okay? I just make the nice quotes. Hatzolah is a fantastic organization made up of volunteers, people who want to help. They help without question, without financial remuneration of any sort. You're a member of that organization. Chaverim. Now both of them. Chaverim is just as giving. And I wish I guess I could say, I give you a bracha, old enough to do it. May Hashem grant you long life, you and your family. May you continue saving people, helping people, and helping Klal Yisrael. Please.
Last but not least, I would like to call upon Usher Weeder, no relations, although it would have been a great honor. You would like to, if you could come up. Usher is joined by his wonderful, wonderful family and my personal friend, the mayor of Kiryas Joel, Abraham Weeder, which on a weekly basis, people will ask me, are you related to the mayor of Kiryas Joel? So, and I had the honor to interact with the mayor on occasions. Usher was on a bus bringing children to the school that he does with great love. And he needs no testament for that because he's a foster parent for two wonderful, beautiful children. The tremendous sacrifice. I know it personally. And he has done it not once, done it twice. And I've seen him interact with his children with such great love and care and dedication. When I heard that Usher jumped into a frozen lake, the lake was frozen. They had ice. The little boy was underwater. I was not surprised. That's the kind of person Usher is. So, Usher, I would like to present to you the highest award in Rockland County, the Distinguished Service Award of the County of Rockland, presented to Usher Weeder in grateful appreciation for service rendered to the County of Rockland, New York, given this 15th day of February, 2023, signed by the Chairman of the Legislature, the Honorable J. Hood, Jr. This concludes tonight's evening. Now, we can come up and we can take pictures. If I can have your attention, please. If I can have your attention, please. I would like to recognize all the other legislators who are here tonight with us. Unfortunately, there were not that many heroes that all of the legislators could have presented these certificates. But we have Legislator Grant, or Legislator Annie Paul, Vice Chair of the Legislature. We have the Chair of the Legislature, Jay Hood Jr. And we have Minority Leader, Legislator Lon Hofstein. And we have Legislator Doug Jobson, who just joined us. And the legislator from Ramapo, Legislator Charles Fasiglia, who is also here with us.
I know it.
May I respectfully request that everybody who is not staying, please leave the chambers. We have a long meeting. And we thank all the guests for attending.
I can't do the interview, I was saying.
Killing me. No. Although I'm working on him, but it's not working.
Yep, we didn't do it yet.
Not yet. No, he knows, he's a while ago.
Okay. After that, oh, that would be nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your pictures outside now. We must get going.
They're doing an interview. Are they doing an interview? They do it outside. Health Department one, number 9. Not the health department, mental. Oh, we can do 5 through 8 or over. 11 and 12 are Paul Brennan extensions.
You have a full. Then what? The big one for you.
I'm still hungry. Those chips didn't tide me over.
Yeah. This is a night out.
What am I gonna get? More chips?
Yeah.
That's
So good.
7:30.
What's that?
Let's be.
I don't know. Football season's over. I'm done till August. There's no other sport I follow.
Baseball. I love baseball season.
Oh, man, he was losing. He'd be stomping out already. I know, he was like out the door. It's all right. Anyway. I've been running before.
Will the members of the Multi-Service Committee please take your seats? We have a large agenda. And thank all you guests for coming down, helping us honor these heroes. I'd like to call to order the Multi-Service Committee meeting of February 15th,
Lascia Antonio.
2013. Go ahead.
State Annie Paul. State Owen Weeder. State Tower. State Kerry. State Friedman.
Here.
Seth Jaskin.
Here.
We have a co-op.
Legislator Cornell is here too, but not a member of that committee.
I got you.
Okay. Welcome, Harriet.
Thank you.
I'd like to start with the adoption of the minutes of the January 31st meeting. We're going to take a few things at a time because we're running very, very late. We're going to start with the adoption of the minutes of the January 31st meeting. Let's see, where's the list? Legislator Earl, will you move it? Legislator Paul, will you second? Are there any corrections, additions? Hearing none. All in favor? Anybody opposed? Unanimous. The first thing, we have 3 appointments this evening. Brooke Beloy of Valley Cottage was unable to be here this evening due to his responsibilities at Rockland Community College. So that'll be deferred till the next meeting. Okay, we have 3 appointees this evening's. I'll ask you to come up to the podium over there. Would somebody make sure the green light is on so that they can hear us? And we're going to confirm your appointment. Yes. Referral number 2416A, confirming the appointment of Laurel Solomon, Nyack, New York, to the Rockland County Community Service Board. Referral number 2416B, confirming the appointment of Elizabeth Rubio Congers, New York, to the Rockland County Community Service Board. And lastly, referral number 2461D, confirming the appointment of Larry Bate, Fields, New York, to the Rockland County Community Services Board, Developmental Disabilities and Subcommittees. Moved by Legislator Weeder and seconded by Legislator Legislator Earl and Paul. And I'll move it. I want to thank all of you for accepting the responsibility being on these boards. You'll forgive me for not going itemizing and letting each of you speak, but I want you to know that we think very highly of all of you, and I really appreciate what you will be doing for the county of Rockland. I'm sure everybody here wants to thank you for accepting the service, but you'll excuse us because of the time element. All in favor? Anybody opposed? Unanimous. Your names will come up at the full legislative meeting that will be held the next week, I believe, 31st.
No, next week is,
Meeting,
it's on the 21st.
the 25th,
21st.
the 21st. You do not have to come down if you don't want to, but you're welcome. I'm sure that everybody here will appoint you, and again, thank you for your service. Okay, now we have a group of similar items, referral number 89, and I'm going to ask Commissioner Silvestri to come up and briefly tell us about this. Referrals number 5 and 8.
5,
Okay.
6, 7.
5,
5,
6, 7, and 8. And I'll move it. Second, the four of them, I'll move it. Seconded by Legislator Joel Friedman and Tony Earl
Annie Paul.
and Annie Paul. Referral number 8983. I'm going to read them all. Okay, and then you'll just briefly tell us if there are any differences.
Speed read them?
That's okay. 8983, approving acceptance of a grant from New York State Office of Children and Family Services for the daycare registration program for the period from January 1, 2023 through December 31, 2023 in the amount of $470,245. Okay, and authorizing an agreement with Child Care Resources of Rockland to conduct the family daycare registration program in an amount not to exceed $446,733. The second one is number 6, referral 8634A, approving an intermunicipal cooperation agreement in an amount not to exceed $34,950 with a 32.20 local share between the County of Rockland through its Department of Social Services and the Village of Haverstraw to run the Celebrating Families program for the period from February 1, 2023 through January 31, 2024. Number 7. 8634B, approving an agreement which may be in excess of $100,000, no county tax dollars, with Elliot Markowitz, an operator of Lador, to provide assisted living program service to medical assistance recipients for the period from January 1, 23 through December 31, 23. The last one, referral number 8439, approving an amendment to the agreement in excess of $100,000 with the Legal Aid Society of Rockland County, Rockland Incorporated, for the Solutions to the End Homeless programs and the Emergency Solutions Grant COVID-19 program in an additional amount of $100,800, no county tax dollars, for the period from October 1, 22 through September 30th, 23, for a total contract amount not to exceed $420,665, no county tax dollars, for the full period from October 1, 20 through September 30th, 23. Okay, I'll move the 4 of them. And seconded by legislators. Did already, okay. Did already. Commissioner, I call upon you just to briefly tell us.
Yes, very briefly, these are all standard resolutions. They're renewing and/or extending existing contracts. The first one is pass-through funds that we have to have an agency. We have childcare users of Rockland that licenses, trains, and inspects daycare facilities. So this is a pass-through from state money to them. We have done this annually each year. The second one is for the Village of Haverstraw. This is really to just pay for part of their space. We run our Celebrating Families program there, which we do through the Rockland County Family Treatment Court. So they host those for us at that location. We've done that annually over the last number of years with those folks. The next one, very briefly, is one of those Medicaid contracts that we have to enter into to anybody that provides assisted living. This is a new provider of assisted living in Rockland County. We've now, once they obtain their final licensing, we'll approve them to receive Medicaid assistance to the recipients there. And that again is just standard pro forma stuff that we come before you for each one of these providers. And the last one is just an extension of the grant that we have already received and allocating some additional money to the Legal Aid Society so that they can continue to work with our clients and other folks that don't have the financial resources to fight evictions in court. So those are the resolutions.
Thank you, Commissioner. Anybody have any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor? Anybody opposed? Unanimous. Referral number 2973,
That was pulled.
item number 9 was pulled.
Yeah. The administration.
Administration. And 95. We're up to item number 10. Is Jen Nazario here? Approving the use of American Rescue Plan Act funds. That was pulled also?
Pulled? 10 also?
No,
No, 9 was pulled.
only one,
Only 9? Okay. Okay,
only number.
only number 9.
Pulled.
No.
No, okay. Approving the use of American Rescue Plan Act ARPA funds in the total,
No. Wait a second.
Yeah.
in the
mental
total
health
amount not
is
to exceed
the ARPA
$300,000.
Wait. Hold on one second.
Only one.
Hold on one second. We got a memo from the administration. Correct.
Yeah, that's what I saw. That's what I said.
Oh, we had it back? We had the wrong one? Okay,
No, that's what I had.
sorry.
9 is pulled.
No.
10
10
is
was
pulled.
pulled, not
Okay.
9. We had it backwards.
Okay,
All me. I take responsibility.
okay.
Number 9 is correct.
Okay, number 9, 2973. Approving the agreement in excess of $100,000 with St. Dominic's Family Services for supportive housing and family peer support services in the amount of $1,223,320, no county tax dollars, for the calendar year 2023. I'll move it. Seconded by Legislator Paul. Okay, want to just tell us about this briefly?
Sure. So these are existing renewals of existing contracts.
Speak into the mic, please.
Sure. Can you hear me? These are renewals of existing contracts and an established provider. Supportive housing provides rental assistance and individual support for adults who are recovering from their mental health issues and helps them to live independently in the community. And the other program that St. Dominic's is on here for is family peer support services. And that helps families who have children who are struggling with social, emotional, behavioral issues and offers them a variety of supports.
Anybody have any questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Anybody opposed? Unanimous. Thank you, Dr. Herder.
Now we can do 11, 12 together.
11,
Those are Paul Brennan's.
okay, 10 is
10 is pulled, 11 and 12 are Brennan. We're doing those.
okay. Paul Brennan, you want to just come up? Paul is the Director of Purchasing. Referral number 5327, approving entering into the Second Amendment to an agreement in excess of $100,000 in the additional amount of $275,000 for the new total amount not to exceed $574,000 under Washington County Contract RFP 2020-30 with MAO Pharmacy Services Incorporated to Rockland County Correctional Facilities for the term from January 1, 21 through December 31, 23. I'll move it. Seconded by Legislator Weeder. Just tell us about,
Yeah, this is renewing the contract, amending the contract for a second year, with Mayo Pharmacy. This is to provide, drugs to the jail, for inmates. We piggyback off a Washington County contract because the pricing is better than the New York State contract.
okay. Okay, we'll do number 12 while you're up here. It's also an extension of a contract. 8862, approving exercising the first renewal option term and additional purchases in excess of $100,000 in the additional amount of $21,838.20 with a total amount not to exceed $121,838.20 to be made by formal purchase order under an RFB from Clark Mosquito Control Products Incorporated to provide mosquito insecticides and supplies for the control of mosquitoes to the County of Rockland Department of Health from the term from April 1, 22 through March 31, 24, with 2 one-year renewal option terms remaining. I'll move this and seconded by Legislator Friedman. This is a new contract, isn't it, or is it an old one?
No, we're extending the first renewal option. This is on the contract for insecticides that are used by the Department of Health's mosquito control program.
That's for the sewers?
Yes, I put them in the catch basins. They also go to outlying bodies of water that are stagnant bodies of water and treat those as well.
I see. Anybody have any questions? Hearing none. Did we vote on 11?
So, but you moved, they're both moved and they're both seconded.
Yes. Therefore, we're going to go vote for both these items. Referral number 5320.
All in favor? Take the vote.
Vote already.
That's what I'm doing now. Oh, you mean
Did vote 11.
doing 11 now?
Yes, we did.
Doing
That's Ken and Widow. That's Ken and Widow. You did it.
Did we vote on both of them?
Yes, yes.
Okay, then let's go on. Okay, third, last one.
Right. 5327 and 8862. Anybody opposed? Or anybody for? Unanimous. Pass. Thank you very much, Paul.
But that's it now.
And last but not least, referral number 8894, amending resolution number 610 of 2022 to correct the not to exceed amount and the accompanying amendment to the agreement from the Department of Health in the amount of $1,241,000. I'll move it. Seconded by Legislator Earl. The question, just want to welcome. You just want to tell us about this briefly?
Sure. There was just an error in the paperwork, and it should have been for the higher amount, but we have the money in this year's budget to cover it.
I see. All in favor? Anybody opposed? Unanimous. That completes the agenda for the evening of the Multi-Service Committee. Legislator Weeder. Legislator Weeder makes a motion to adjourn, and Legislator Friedman makes a motion, seconds it. Yes. I thank all of you for coming down, and we really appreciate it.
Yes.
Good
Oh,
evening,
by the way,
everyone. Tonight's meeting of the Planning and Public Works Committee is now in session. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Legislator Jobson,
Yes.
Legislator Carey,
And the other
Legislator
stuff,
Paul,
you
Legislator
leave there.
Wolf, Legislator Rita, Legislator
Thank
Grant,
you.
no problem, Chairman Yeager.
I am here. We have a quorum.
Yes, you do.
Excellent. Before we begin, I'd like to thank John Lyon for slumming it with the committees tonight in place of, I guess, Steve Powers, who is not with us this evening. Thank you very much for being here tonight. Will everybody on the committee and anybody not on the committee, please look over the items on the agenda for a couple of minutes? We're going to move everything all at once unless somebody has any opposition to it. And while we do. Are you here? Okay, good. I think we have you as being here. Items 1 and 11 on the agenda both concern Cole Hollow Road, but in the resolution, I believe it's called Coles Hollow Road. And I don't mind the extra S if the residents don't, but we might want to amend those to remove the extra S. Item 1-3. Paul? Item 1-3 is, it sounds like we're putting a lot of money in a basket for vehicles because vehicles are flying off the shelves. But that may not be the case anymore. So what's going on, Paul?
Unfortunately, it still is the case in terms of, when we go out on the state system to get mini bids on the vehicles, if you can't give a purchase order within a matter of a few days, you're not going to have the vehicles. So,
Okay,
in
so
the
you-
past, dealers used to be able to go in and hold spots on the manufacturer's thing. They can't do that any longer.
Okay, so normally we would be spending a couple of $100,000 at a time or something like that, and now you're asking for us to.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. I mean, I could end up not having any orders over $100,000, but I don't know. Okay, that's why I came down to
Okay,
get approval for everything.
So would
We
you
bid
be,
out the vehicles, by department as,
sure, it's not an issue. I understand that. Would you be amenable to an amendment to this or I guess I should be asking John, amenable to an amendment that would say that, as part of this, that any purchases over $100,000, that you'll notify us within 30 days of the purchase so that we just know what's going on?
yeah, that's not a problem. I
John,
can
is
send
that
copies
okay?
of, any orders that are over $100,000. We can send copies of the orders down.
Okay, do we need to do that by an amendment to the resolution?
And if you want to include it in the resolution, then yes.
I'd like to, yes.
Okay, so this is number 3.
Yes,
Are
I'd
we-
like to
wait a
include
second.
that all purchase orders made under this resolution will be sent to the clerk of the legislature within 30 days? Would that be
Well,
sufficient?
30 days of when they're issued. I mean, we'll send them down within a
30
week
days of when they're issued.
of when they're
meaning-
issued, but,
Right.
they may be issued at different times depending upon.
What would you like, what's the number that's good for you? I don't know. I mean, you're issuing these things, I would assume copies can be made and sent over to Larry like immediately, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can send copies down from a week of when we issue a PO. I mean, I don't know.
Right, that's
It may
what I
take
mean.
me 2 months to get all the orders, all the cars ordered, but
I understand.
Okay, so hold on 1 second. So you want to add, you're going to want a whereas clause and a resolve clause that say copies of all purchase orders for vehicles over $100,000 will be sent to the legislatures within 1 week of issuing?
yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Okay, and then on 1-7, you're asking for $1 million to just be put in the bank for emergencies?
Yeah, we're in a situation at the sewer district, where these, want to make sure I got the right, the centrifuges, are an extremely, old and exceeded their useful life by probably 10 plus years. We can't get parts for them anymore. When one of them goes down, the repair can be $300,000-$400,000 in order to get it up and running. So we want, we discussed this with Mike Saber. He's not here tonight because he doesn't have anything on the agenda. But, we need to be able to have someone come in immediately.
Right.
It's been bid out,
And
to make these repairs.
right, we can't send this down to Jersey along with our Lake to Forest water?
No.
I guess not. Okay. So,
I mean, hopefully we won't need it. Hopefully we won't need it, but, we're
I
getting
am-
concerned. They do have a project to replace them, but it's still going to be another year or two before they're
okay,
replaced.
can we do the same thing in this one that John? I'm sorry, I need you for a second. John? No, I don't need you to come up. I just need you can we do the same thing in this one that we did with the other one? Basically, that when the money's expended, that we get informed in some formal way that the money's being expended?
What level of over $100,000?
No, I think anything, because we're sending $1 million to them with, with a blank check, basically. I just like to, again, it's just informational. We
Hey,
just,
no, I understand.
so,
I don't have an issue with it. I can send a copy of the purchase orders down
Okay.
as they're issued.
So these are
Right.
copies of all purchase orders.
all
regardless-
purchase orders are
regardless of
under
amounts.
this, right? Will
Within-
come
is
to
a-
us?
Is a week also still
Yeah.
reasonable?
It's good? Okay, great. That's all I have. Does anybody else have anything?
Is it okay to email them to the
Yeah, of
clerk
course.
of legislature? Yeah.
This isn't a formal thing where you
Yeah.
like, have to present it with a
Yeah.
signature or something. Just get it to us so that we're aware of it. And if somebody on our staff can please ask the clerk of the legislature to just kindly send it out to the legislators in a blast email so that all the legislators are aware of it as well.
Yeah.
Is that okay? All right, good.
Mhm.
Thank you very much, Paul.
Okay.
Anybody else have any questions about these? Seeing and hearing none, I will move them all. Seconded by Legislator Wolf. On the questions. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Opposed, say nay. Carried unanimously. Motion to adjourn by myself, seconded by Legislator Grant. On the question, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Opposed, say nay. Carried unanimously. We are adjourned. Thank you all very much.
Just a second, I just want to clarify, those two items, 3 and 7,
Mhm.
it's not just an action item, but you want them amended to include a
Yes,
whereas to say that.
please.
Okay, got it.
Thank you, as you suggested, so thank you. Good evening, everyone. I would like to call the Budget and Finance Committee scheduled for Wednesday, February 15, 2023 to order. And I'll ask our wonderful clerk to do the roll call.
Legislator Jobson? Legislator Hofstein? Legislator Yeager? Legislator Saskin? Legislator Hood Jr.? Legislator Earl? Legislator Cornell?
Here.
Second Vice Legislator Wolf? Vice Chair Legislator Grant? Chairman Legislator Weider?
I'm here. Everyone that is here on items of other committees that we already passed are free to leave. I'm a little bit annoyed that we didn't have someone here for first two items on public safety. But since it passed the committee, I'm going to allow this to pass through the Budget and Finance Committee. But in the future, it would be nice to have folks attend here. So John, if you could go back on items 3.1 and 3.2, we didn't have no one from the Fire and Emergency Center here. Okay, good. So I'm, okay. Is anyone still coming? No, for this? No, okay. I'm going to allow this Budget and Finance Committee because it passed the public safety, but in the future, we got to make sure people show up. Okay. We'll go to items 7.1, referral number 7070, requesting that the New York State Legislature introduce home rule legislation extending the additional 5/8 of 1% and extending the additional 3/8 of 1% for a combined 1% of sales and compensating use taxes set to expire November 30, 2023. Moved by Legislator Wolf, seconded by Legislator Hofstein on the question. Our great Commissioner of Finance.
Okay, I'm happy to be here as always. This 5838 is the one that includes in the 5/8 the 1/8 that goes to the towns and villages, and then in the 3/8 the 1/8 that goes to the town and the villages police departments. The 1/8 that goes to town and villages is based on population, and the 1/8 that goes to the towns and villages with police departments goes based on the number of police officers. This resolution extends, we're early this year, which is nice to be early to get these things done, but this extends this collection from December 1, 23 to November 30th, 25. So that's the period. I want to note, though, there is an error on the resolution on the third from the last paragraph. It says resolve 1, 2, 3, 4 lines down. It says sale and compensated taxes beyond its current expiration date of November 30th. That should be 2023, not 20. And it is correct on the following paragraph, but on that one, it should be 2023.
Okay.
Thank you.
So we'll be voting on the resolution with that correction.
Yes.
Okay. Jacqueline, you got that down? Okay. Legislator Soskinas wants you to repeat where exactly where.
The correction.
Last
This is
one.
7-1.
7-1, the last page.
The last resolution, we went out of order because that's the only one that we still have someone from the administration here. So we wanted to. Okay, and those are typically 2 years extensions?
Yes, that's a 2-year
Okay.
extension.
It's when the legislature is in session, I guess?
Yes.
Okay, so it's moved second. We've discussed it. Any questions? Seeing there is none, I'll call the motion. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, the motion carries unanimously. Okay, thank you very much, Commissioner. I really appreciate you coming down, even if it's for
Thank you.
one resolution and it's not that complicated, but still. Okay, I would
Chairman?
like to
Mr. Chairman?
go back to any adoption of minutes? No adoption of minutes? No? Okay. Items 1-1. All the way through items 1-12. Now, I believe there were some corrections in the in the public works?
Coles Hollow Road is to be amended to Call Hollow Road.
Okay. Okay, what, only one? 1 and 11 is, okay, so, we noted that in the Budget and Finance Committee, we're voting on these amendments as amended in the Planning Public Works. Moved by Legislator Grant, seconded by Legislator Yeager. On the question, seeing there is none, I'll call Legislator Grant.
Mr. Chairman, I just have 2 things. One, on number 19 in this group, if I could just get a copy of the application for funding. I'm just curious. I'd like to see the application itself. I have no objection to the resolution.
Okay, so we're going to make that as an action item?
And then the other thing, we're on
1-9.
1-9. Okay, what was the other thing?
Well, the other thing was 7-1, but we can do this. I just have a question for the commissioner.
Let's vote on this and then we'll have the commissioner come up. Okay, now, none of the ARPA money, our ARPA resolution were pulled from Planning Public Works, correct? Correct. So, we moved, we second, we discussed it. I'll call the motion. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? The motion carries unanimously. Can the commissioner come back up? Legislator Grant has a inquiry on item 7-1.
I'm sorry, Commissioner.
There's an
Sometimes
additional
my
charge
attention
for
span isn't that great. I was just curious for the 7-1 and the extension of the tax rate. Can you tell me ballpark the value to the county and the value to the villages for this additional piece?
Okay, now you really got me. I have to put my brain together here. Let me see. So let's think of it this way. Say say we make it in simple terms, say we're like, what, we're like say we were 300 in sales tax, we're like 270, say we're 300, okay? That's basically 4%, right? So, you know,
75?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, if you think in those terms, let's see, you're 1.25, it would be half of that. Oh, no, what am I saying? It's at 150 would have 75, so let's figure 75 million's around 1%. Okay, so if they're getting an eighth of 1% of 75 million, you're talking about, I'm thinking like 12 million-ish range.
Okay.
10, 12, something like that, yeah.
That comes off the top.
Thank
That
you.
comes off the top. Okay, thanks.
The good news is as it goes up, the sales tax goes up, they go up because they're getting a percentage, not just a number.
Yeah, I just wanted to get it straight in my head.
Okay.
It's not something that we can consider eliminating at this point in time.
From the town?
Well, they're married together. We'd have to change it completely. We were to keep the town and eliminate the county, but it's too much money.
Okay, now we'll move on to items 2-1. Now, all the way through 2-6. And then 2-8, all the way through 2-9. Okay, so it's all items 2-1 through 2-9, with the exception of 2-7 that was pulled in the multi-service committee. And those are the ones that we're gonna move. Moved by legislator Jobson, seconded by legislator Soskin. On the question, seeing there is none, I'll call the motion. All those in favor say aye. Oppose?
Aye.
The motion carries unanimously. Now we'll go to items 3-1 through 3-3. Moved by Legislature Chairman Hood, seconded by Legislative Chair of the Public Safety Committee, Legislator Earl. Any discussions? Seeing there is none, I'll call the motion. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, the motion carries unanimously.
Aye.
Thank you very much. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn, moved by Legislator Cornell, seconded by Legislator Wolf. Any discussion? Seeing there is none, I'll call the motion. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, the motion carries unanimously. Still finished before 8 o'clock.
Good work.
Very efficient, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh. So by the time we would have done it, it would have.
Got those amendments, yeah, to do? Yeah, okay, good. I'm gonna write it now, because I'm not gonna, tomorrow I'm gonna be doing the things again. I am, but I'm
No,
gonna.
but he kind of.
What committee was it?
Is this the end of the committee meetings? Are we finished?
Yes, Legislator Cornell. We're done
Okay.
for tonight. Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you. Good to see you all, even from a distance.
Same here, Legislator Cornell.
Thank you.
Be well.